Hello everybody, my name is Ethan. Welcome back to the Go Battle League, where today we're hopping back into the Great League with a new team featured for you here today. We got Scrafty, Cough Egregious, and a very nice spicy pick in Chandelure. Chandelure going to be the featured Pokemon of this video. It's such an awesome, unique Pokemon. It's really good in the Ultra League, or it's pretty good in the Ultra League. Not so good in the Great League, but we built it anyways and we're running it. So this team is really, really awesome. You get a lot of value out of Scrafty. Scrafty is one of the top 5 ranked Pokemon right now on PvPoke. Scrafty, just one of the best Pokemon, does a lot of damage to a lot of the meta. So it is pretty good. We're going up against a pretty interesting team here. The thing that I love about Cough Egregious is it has access to not only Shadow Ball and Shadow Claw, but also access to Psychic. That's going to be able to hit the Nidoqueens as well as any other poison type that we might come across for super effective damage. That's something that is very key. And we're going to be swapping in this Scrafty here to this Jellicent because I know they have a Vigoroth and I do want to kind of farm up a bit because I do end up winning the Vigoroth matchup if I get ahead on energy, which I do. I end up throwing 2 power-up punches here. This second power-up punch will definitely KO, so we'll have to see what happens and what they bring in. They're going to end up bringing in a Golbat. This Golbat is going to be able to get to the Poison Fang, so we wanted to get to that +2 Shadow or Foul Play. We do survive the Poison Fang there, which is crucial because it allows us to get to this Foul Play that's going to be doing heavy damage. That does nearly 70% of the health of this Pokemon. Now we can bring in Chandelure. Obviously, they're going to be throwing the Poison Fang, but Ghost resists poison, so this isn't going to be doing too much damage. And when I say it doesn't do too much damage, but it does a ton of damage. Oh my god. They are going to throw the Shadow Ball on our Chandelure there, and it's going to be taking us out. But fortunately, we have enough energy built up on the Cough Egregious. We're going to be able to Shadow Claw down that Jellicent and go for the Psychic. KO this Golbat. That takes game 1. That's a pretty nice game 1 there. Second game, we are going to be again leading Scrafty into Shadow Swampert. Now, Shadow Swampert is a very tough mon. It is so spammy, so very spammy. We're going to end up getting that extra counter there by continuing to attack while they throw this thing, and I'm going to end up just going for the Foul Play. This Foul Play will either secure the KO or they will shield. They end up deciding not to shield, trying to call the bait. They end up having a Bastiodon in back. Now, the thing is, obviously, Chandelure does not beat Azumarill, and it's definitely not going to beat Bastiodon. So we are going to have to clutch up here with Cough Egregious, win this Azumarill matchup, and then do as much possible damage to that Bastiodon as possible with the small remaining health that we do have left from Scrafty. They're going to be going for the Play Rough. We do end up shielding it, and that is a pretty good shield considering Play Rough is a stab move. It's one of Azumarill's best moves that it has. We're going to throw the Shadow Ball here onto Azumarill, get the first shield from our opponent. Now that we know it's not the Hydro Pump, we are going to end up not shielding the Play Rough here. It is going to come way down to the wire here on whether or not we are going to be able to farm down, but they tried to swap in and KO our Cough Egregious with their Bastiodon. Now here's where Scrafty truly shines. It's going to be chunking through this Bastiodon. Bastiodon, one of the tankiest mons in all of Pokemon Go in the Great League. And so to chunk off nearly 85% of its health with just that small remaining health of that is going to be really good. They don't have any shields left. We don't even get to bring out Chandelure in this match. Didn't have a really favorable backline, to be honest, or anywhere. It had Swampert, Bastiodon, and Azumarill. Nowhere the Chandelure is going to really be able to go. We're going to bring Chandelure, though, into this Nidoqueen here. We have a pretty positive matchup in the front, and we're going to end up shielding this because it could be that Earth Power. We do shield the Earth Power. I always think a good shield is determined by, is it getting one of those big charge moves that cost a lot of energy? If it is, it's definitely a good shield. And we are going to end up going for the second flame charge, which is definitely going to be really good. Either going to be getting us the shield or KOing. And they end up conceding the match. Man, Chandelure making these kids quit out here. Scrafty's going to be into a Primeape here. A pretty bad matchup, honestly. So we are going to swap in that Chandelure. Now, the scary thing about Primeape has access to Night Slash, which would do probably all of the health of Chandelure. So we're definitely going to need to swap or shield that. They swap into Snorlax here. Now, this is where it gets pretty scary. These licks are going to be doing a ton of damage. Gets us down to the red. but we're already to our second Flame Charge. 3-2-3-2 is the counts for the Flame Charge with Incinerate. We're going to end up getting one of those shields, and they're going to throw. The Incinerates from Chandelure here have done their job, and now we're going to come back in with Scrafty and farm down a little bit. Try and at least build up a tiny bit of energy here. I decide that they might throw the close combat here. Instead, they throw the Legacy Cross Chop. Cross Chop is a legacy move on Primeape, so it's a very interesting thing to see that here, because you don't necessarily see a lot of that. And they do have double fighter, which is super fortunate for us because we do end up having double ghosts. So this player does get a little bit have an unfortunate little roll there because we do end up having double ghost into double fighter. But they did lead a fighter and had a fighter in back, so it was an ABA style team really, and they're trying to sweep with their Shadow Machamp. Fortunately, Cofagrigus only takes very little damage from the counters as well as the cross chop here. They're going to end up going for the back-to-back Rock Slide. We are going to be throwing the power-up punch here. Scrafty able, hopefully, to clutch up here for us. They're going to bring in the Primeape, and is a simultaneous KO. A very, very good match for that trainer and me. That was a very close one. We have the best lead that we could possibly have. Umbreon into Scrafty. We have weak connection, of course, because we have to lose somehow. They're going to end up throwing in a Wish Cash, and I have no problem throwing the foul play here to help my swap in come and do a little bit better than it would have if I didn't throw that foul play. They are going to end up throwing the Mud Bomb here, which does a decent chunk, but it's not going to be enough. This Shadow Ball would KO Wish Cash, so they are most likely going to have to shield it here. Otherwise, they would lose. Switch. They end up shielding it. We are going to basically almost get to the other Shadow Ball here. We're going to end up shielding because we call the Blizzard. Blizzard's going to be a huge move. Definitely could have hurt us there. I didn't really want to take another Mud Bomb, so we're going to end up throwing this Shadow Ball here, which isn't a bad idea. Instead of throwing in the Umbreon, though, they decide to go into their Ferrothorn, and I was super excited because I was like, oh my god, Ferrothorn into my Chandelure, these are going to kill. I'm just hoping that he decides to shield this Shadow Ball. He basically has to because Ferrothorn's his only option. He decides not to throw not to shield the Shadow Ball here, which was very confusing. I do not know why he decided to not shield that because obviously he knows we have a Scrafty. One Incinerate's going to KO, and this game is 100% over. Even if they have the legacy move Last Resort, they aren't going to be doing anything, and it seems like they are the type that runs Psychic. That's all the battles for today. That team was awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace out.